Hello guys, oh my god, happy new year, happy new 2025, and this is my first stream this year. So first of all, I want to wish you all the best in 2025, no matter how difficult 2024 was for all of us. Believe me, I collected so many opinions and so many, how it's called, talks. I've heard a lot in different countries from different people. How was 2024 for them? And believe me, if it was one of the craziest years of your life, you're not alone. We're all at the same boat. Including me. Oh my God, 2024. I have no idea at some parts how I survived, how many of us, but we've done it. So 2025, Happy New Year. And today, guys, as our first ever talk chat this year, first of all, let's talk about differences in life between Europe and the US. Because as you know, I opened my online relocation life transformation school last year, and we finished our first launch in December, and the majority of my students coming from the US and from Canada also. So, and based on even their opinions and everything, I feel that we have such a massive gap of what's currently happening here in Europe, what's currently happening in the US. So let me share with you my personal opinion about life, how it works here in Europe, and you will let me know what you think. I don't see, okay, hi, well, just a second, let me go to the, just one moment, guys, one moment. For some reason, guys, can you type something in the chat, please, because I cannot see the chat. I don't know why. Okay, so guys, if you want to ask me any questions about life in Europe, about life in the US, please drop something. Hi, Kicks. Hi, Kelsey. Yeah, so any questions you have, I'm with you for like 40 minutes today. I don't want to take too much of your time. So we will try to cover some major issues of these differences between life currently in the US, in Europe. I will give you my personal opinion. Happy New Year's, guys. And let's start. And the biggest news for you, oh my God, I told this to my students. I did not tell this even to my family yet. So I'm gonna publish this confession on my YouTube channel that I decided to move to London. Right, not like move to London, but I'm running two businesses, as you know, that relocation business where I help people to move to the countries of their dreams, my community, my students. We will have our second launch of successful relocation and life transformation school in February, because I decided to add one more module about how to make money online anywhere you are in the world from the comfort of your home. And my initial business, where everything started, it's business consultancy. You know that I'm originated from sales. I was working in international sales for more than 10 years. And well, unfortunately, creative things, they don't cover, you know, life in full. So I'm going back to my sales activities, but in a shape and form of consultant. And that's why I will be sharing with my students all this way how to get those clients, how to convert your office job 9 to 5 into clients, into consultancy. We'll all be learning this, but all in all, I decided to get my place in London. I decided to sign 2 clients, business clients this year for 12 months, so like a contract basis. It will give me enough financial foundation to support my school, to support my YouTube channels, to make me so much happier, because I'm a very independent animal, no matter that I'm originally coming from Russia. I don't like anyone, you know, deciding for me what I should buy, where I should go, and what I should do. Anyway, I'm getting into my era of financial independence. And yes, next week I'm in London. I have 2 meetings with my potential clients. Let's see how it goes. I will keep you posted. So with my students today, I discussed that if in London, what I find comfortable for life is £10,000 per month. This is really to enjoy your life, to have an apartment of your choice in a safe area with all the facilities, with all, surroundings you would like to have. This amount is dramatically lower if we talk about countries like Spain, Portugal, Italy. In Italy, you can have a very comfortable life having 3,000 euros, 5,000 euros tops. You will be so above average population. And in my module 2, we are discussing how to make up to 5K equivalent dollars on just your hobby, like cooking, and also how to make up to 15K per month doing consultancy and talking to your clients. So if you're interested how to make money online in 2025, if you're interested in moving to another country, please check my life transformation successful relocation school. All the details in the description. For now, for January, we also have best prices. Also, if you feel you want to talk to me and discuss your case with me in particular, if you're not sure how to make money on life, how to enhance, how to make your current life better, if you want to move abroad, if you want to move to Europe, I'm also running a free consultation until the end of January, until as I sign to my business clients. I will have January to help you guys to move to the country of your dream. My Calendly link will be also in the description. If you feel like talking to me, if you feel like I can spark your life, I can make you feel better, please arrange a consultation with me. It will be available until the end of January. After that, sorry guys, I will not have time physically. 1st of February, I'm starting my school. I'm also signing my clients in London. I'm going to be, traveling again. So take your chance, use this time, have a chat with me. I will be happy to give you all my indication, direction, anything you want. Coming back to our topic today, the differences between the US now, after gorgeous elections. I hope you guys, I don't know what to say, guys. That's really troubling. That's a little bit okay. And Europe, what we have now, because currently I'm in Paris. A few weeks ago I was in Rome. Next week I'm going to London. So in a few months I will be in Norway. Anyway, so we are comparing today. Why I decided to compare again these two parts of the world? You know that statistically, I wrote it down. 30%, 300% increase of applications of Americans, specifically American people who asked immigration agencies to help them in moving abroad, specifically to Europe. Guys, 300% increase. Can you imagine? Compared to what was happening back in 2023. So I guess massive spike was after elections, I guess. So now we have 300% more people who would like to move to another country, who would like to start their life from a new chapter, have this new start, new chapter of their life. But guys, I keep telling this to my community. I keep telling this to my friends, to all my clients. Guys, to get a visa and make a move rate, it costs you nothing. You can do it tomorrow. But please make sure that you know all information about life, what to expect, what you will face when you arrive to that country. And if somebody is telling you that your life in Italy will be much cheaper and you don't need to speak the local language and you're gonna find a local job with no issues, guys, that's first of all, for everyone who wants to move to Italy, please opt for regions where people speak English. If your Italian is not at like B2 level, please opt for regions like Milan, Piemonte, even Rome. More people speak English over there. Bergamo, Bologna, you know, like all these big places with lots of universities there. So people up north, they tend to speak English much better because I will show one video with me, just like it makes me fuming still. So the couple, they moved to Italy in a rural area, in such a small like city, town, village, whatsoever. Husband and wife with 2 little kids. She's pregnant, and now they stuck because they don't speak the language. They cannot buy a car. They have so many issues with their apartment. They have some like problems with doctor's appointments, and of course the agency who issued that visa helped them in getting this visa. They like no, we cannot do anything about it. Guys, it does not work like this. When you move to another country, make sure that you already have some community around you, that you have people who will back you up in case something goes wrong. Like honestly, all my students, all my community, even now I have my community coming from England, moving to Spain, moving to Italy. Guys, you think I will just like drop them after they finish? No, they're still on my WhatsApp. If they have any urgency, if they have any emergency, we'll sort them out. That's why it's so important to be connected. If you decide to move to that country, find out expat communities, local communities living there, all this vital information, what to do in case of emergency. If you need to buy a car, how to do it, about rental things, what are the best places to rent your apartment, safest place, you know, reliable place, all these things. Even place like, I don't know, for people moving to, let's say, Italy, even Milan has different areas, guys. In some areas, you don't feel safe walking after certain hours being, I'm sorry, white female. You don't feel comfortable there because of, well, you know, we all have. But anyway, you need to know these things. I'm still fuming, you see. Anyway, so 300% increase of people who would like to change their life, to move abroad, to start this new chapter. And as you can see, no presentation today because, well, I want to talk to you guys. So I want to talk to you, what's happening in your life, what your expectations for this year. Are you happy with the amount of money you're making now? Are you happy in the country you're currently living? Or you're planning to move somewhere else? You can write your answers in the chat. You can drop me an email. You can also book a private consultation with me. If you feel that you are financially not really happy and geographically not really happy either, so guys, please welcome to us. We're running our group meetings every single week discussing this. So why people, 300% increase of Americans would like to move abroad? Of course, I asked around. Of course, I did my research for you. There are 3 major fears people have currently in 2025. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I figured out that the main fears people currently have: economic instability, personal health concerns, and safety and security. Let me address to all of them, and after that I will jump to all questions. Guys, for those of you who are watching me, watching this recorded, if you have any question, drop a comment. I'm checking all the comments. Write me an email. I'm picking them up too. So ask me anything. I want to help you. I want you to be geographically independent, financially independent, and live the best life you deserve, we all deserve, in the country of your dream, and making enough to enjoy this life, not just survive. Okay, so this is my goal. This is why I'm building this community. This is why I'm supporting this community. So, economic instability, guys. You know what's shocking? I just found out recently that you can lose your job in the US, like in a matter of few weeks' time. So literally, they can tell you that, like, you're gone, and they might give you 1 week, and after that 1 week, please, get your stuff and goodbye. Guys, like, I've got like No, it cannot be like this. It's so unfair. It's like absolutely unfair, and to the point that it will never happen here in Europe. Yes, I'm just checking sound is good. Everything is good. Good. So it will never happen in England, or in Europe, sorry. Even in England, when the company, when they made this decision to get rid of you, yeah, at least they will give you 3 months with your full salary, at least. At least, and after that, you can ask the government that I'm struggling to get an employment. I've never gone that path, but I know it exists. Anyway, in France, to sack anyone, in France to fire anyone, it's almost impossible. Like, you really need to try hard to get rid of that individual, even if the individual doesn't perform, it doesn't matter, you cannot. In Italy, same thing. You're so much protected by the government, by all these unions, and by the company itself. In Norway, same thing, people change jobs in Scandinavia because they decide to. I've never heard any stories coming from England, from Italy, from France, from Norway, from Scandinavia in general, that I got sacked all of a sudden and without any further explanation. I was asked to pack my stuff and leave the company in 1 or 2 weeks' time. Guys, no, it doesn't happen here. When you have your job, first of all, when you work any sector, any industry here in Europe, by Europe, I mean Norway, Scandinavia, Italy, France, Spain, England, if you like. Well, it's not really technically a European Union, but still. When the company is not happy about your performance, they will start mentioning this to you, so you will figure out, right? So we would like you to improve this. Do you need any help with this? How can we assist you with this? So you will have clear clues that you need to work a little bit on your behavior and maybe dedicate a little bit more time to do your job. But it's okay. Things like when the company goes belly up under Chapter 11, bankrupt, as we say, you will have redundancy fee. Currently in England, it's 3-6 months. You will be getting the equivalent of your salary covered by the government while you're looking for another job. In Norway, in some cases, I've heard some stories about company reducing their staff during COVID, during pandemic, and people were supported with the salary from the government for the next 2 years or until they find another job. Okay? So that's how it works. And you know what? This employment situation, this working situation, also on top of that, I've never seen any office in Europe, again, England, France, Italy, Scandinavia especially, where people would stay after their normal working hours. If it's 5 p.m., at 5 everyone will shut down their computer and will leave the premises. 6 p.m. same thing, right? So after 5-6 p.m., you're free to do whatever you want. You're not supposed to be in the office. In American culture, I've heard that as long you're staying, as more likable by your boss you are, guys, that's and that's why in Europe, currently, especially in bigger cities like London, Milan, Rome as well, people started thinking about side hustle. I guess literally, you have your working hours super strict, let's say from 9 to 5 to 6. After that, you're going back home and you have okay, you can spend your evening with the family, or you can, like me, develop your side hustle, as I was doing in Norway, developing my YouTube channels while I was employed in sales for the company. Same with weekend. In Europe, to work weekends, what? No boss will never expect you to do anything during weekend, during your endless bank holidays or public holidays. I don't know how many of them are here in Europe. August, Italy, France, Norway on pause for like a month, summer months. In Norway, it's going to be like end of June, all July. In Italy, France, August, forget about anyone. They're not in the office. They're going to the seaside. So that's like so chill. And you know what? I think this work approach that people feel more secure with their jobs, it affects mental health and health in general. And that's why it's bringing us to the point number 2 and second major fear of people, especially coming from the US. It's personal health concerns. Well, I'm not even talking about that there is no public healthcare in the US, that you literally have to pay for everything. You need to pay for your insurance, and you are lucky if your employer is covering all your health insurance or something. In Europe, usually people have equivalent to BUPA, like really good insurance provided by the company, and the trend is as higher you get in your position, as more senior you are, as better insurance coverage you have. And that insurance is covering everything, even your dental procedures. I'm not talking about veneers or, like cosmetic things. No, like root canals, fillings, like all these basic things. So basically here, when people work for organization, they know that if anything happens with their health, the company, the government, the insurance, they will provide you with everything, like literally everything. And on top of that, the prices of dental services in Italy. Guys, you don't even need to come from the US just to feel this difference. When I came from London, where my hygiene usually cost me £150, the same hygiene was done for me in Rome, one of the best dentists there, for €70. I was like, what's happening here? I had my surgery in September with like stomach cut open. I spent 3 days in a hospital, and again, thank you so much, Italian government. Thank you so much for being a resident of such a fantastic country. So giving birth, I've heard that in some states like California, especially like places like Los Angeles, to give birth something like $50,000. What? Okay, how? Like, how? By the way, if you live like in other states of the US, please let me know in the comments how much is to have birth in your state, because I'm getting into subject, okay? So maybe not this year, maybe next year, I will update my content. You will see some changes. I don't know yet. No promises, right? No promise. Just feeling, just gut feeling. And guys, like 50K for giving birth, like, come on. In London, if you're doing this in the hospital, you are related to based on your home address. That's okay. In Italy, it's for free. In France, I was talking to the girl yesterday, and she gave birth. The price was $8,000, but the insurance covered 100% of it. So basically, she saw the bill, and she's never seen it again. So it went somewhere, and somehow all these government benefits, blah blah blah, everything was paid without her. And she had a difficult situation. She had to stay for like 5 days in the hospital after, with all the food included in a single room. So, guys, that's why I think that these personal health concerns in the US, when you have to pay for everything yourself, when your insurance barely, you need to pay for your own insurance, or you need to find this generous employer who would cover these vital issues in your life. So I totally understand that even worries that if something happens with my health tomorrow, what I'm gonna do? If I decide to give birth, how on earth I'm gonna get like spare 20, 50K in 9 months? Guys, are you planning for birth since you were born or what? Like, is it like a birthday present from your relatives? Like sometimes deposit for the house in Norway coming from the parents to support younger generation in buying their apartment. Guys, it's like, okay, let me. Health insurance is a huge scam in the US unless your employer provides a good plan, which is a luxury. Exactly, and competition is also crazy. And for American employers, I guess, just this, the market is so competitive. I don't think they really need to look properly after their employers, and human rights are far not the same as human rights here in Europe. Like, try to do something against your employee here, and they will all go on strike. Like I'm telling you. So this economic instability, in fact, affects mental health. And when your mental health is affected, what you're doing usually? Poor sleep right away, because you cannot sleep because you're anxious. You have this anxiety. After that, you start eating poorly because it's not possible to control your diet when you're lacking sleep and when you constantly stress, being afraid to lose the job the next day. Like, of course. So mental health and, of course, poor sleep, poor eating habits, lack of exercising, because if you don't sleep enough and feel stressed all the time, you cannot exercise. You cannot just go and, enjoy your walk for 1 hour because, no, I better, stay on the couch, eat something, comforting, like ice cream or chocolate, and scroll, social media just to distract my mind from, from actual things happening in my life. So, and that's why, what I notice from Europeans, from French, from Italians, first of all, they don't work as hard as Americans. And second, they don't care about losing their job. They know that tomorrow after tomorrow they will find another one. And until the point they will find another one, the government will support them. So they're so chill. You know that Italians, French, they're having their lunch 2 hours. When I've heard this for the first time in my life, when I just came here, so they have their lunch from 12 to 2, okay? I was like, what the hell? Seriously? And after that, so no matter that working day officially starts at 9, they can come at 10. Okay. Leaving 5, 6 now one is out of the office, sometimes when guys, if you are in this rat race typical for the US, you really need to come and stay in Europe for 1 month, not as a tourist, not running around these museums, no. Just to come, stay in a regular apartment and observe what local population doing during the weekdays and especially during the weekends. You will understand why these people are not stressed at all. Why people in Europe don't believe in depression, in antidepressants, even in vitamins, guys, or vitamins, how you calling it in the US. In Europe, the majority of people, they're taking those vitamins, so from food, from fresh air, from positive emotions and everything. Because, well, I know it's becoming trendy or so, but even the doctors in Italy, they will tell you why you're taking random vitamins. Who told you to take them? No. Even after my surgery, okay, I was taking some prescribed medications, but after 20 days, they were removed from me, and my doctor told, no, balance your diet. He told me right away the best way to recover and keep yourself healthy: sleep, regular exercise, walk also counts, right? And your diet, watch what you eat. But everything starts with sleep. That's why I think in Europe people are not bothered, with all these stressing things. They really, they don't leave to work. They work just, because they need to provide something in their life. But again, they're not as stressed as from what I hear from people I'm currently working with. Okay, I will be in London next week. I will update you what's happening over there, and maybe the situation is different. But for now, economic instability, it's totally different here in Europe. Like, okay, we all see inflation. Okay, we see a little bit of price increase, but honestly, in general, people don't care. They were more worried what to cook for Christmas, you know. Now they're already talking about what to serve for Easter, which is like in April or so. So like, no. What's happening? Now everyone is chill. Personal health concerns. Now they don't have it. They have insurance coming from from their company, from the government. Like every single European country, including the UK NHS, they have public services. I mean, like governmental subsidized services. Okay, sometimes you might need to wait for that appointment for longer, blah, blah, blah. And if you pay, you will get your appointment faster. But guys, to pay what? Compared to what you're supposed to pay in the US, to pay for that appointment with a dentist, 50 euro or 70 euro for your hygiene, I think it's nothing. That's clearly nothing. And to my American friends, I would highly advise you just to maybe once a year, just to visit Italy for the sake of going to the dentist there. You will see a huge difference in approach, prices, quality of work, like everything is different. So rather than, you know, like stressing about having your health check in the US, come to Italy. Come to Italy. The quality is insane. It's fantastic. And the majority of doctors, they speak English because after Brexit, I guess lots of British people, they're also coming to Italy to fix their teeth and other health things. So yeah, they're quite okay with speaking English. Okay. And the last thing, the third major fear, safety and security. Guys, it's not applicable for Scandinavia at all. Okay, I did not live in Oslo, the capital of Norway. I was living in Kongsberg, which is like further away down south. I did not lock my house, okay? So I was going to the supermarket and I was not even like closing my house, and people all over the internet, because I published a few videos about it. Oh my God, what are you doing? How can you keep your house open? It's a normal practice, okay? That's like, no one cares. You know that in Scandinavia, they actually leave their kids in a little trolley outside the buildings, the fresh air, while they go to the supermarket to shop and everything. I recorded myself a few times just trying to prove the point to my viewers. I was sitting in a cafe, like a coffee shop in a shopping mall in Norway, and I was leaving on that table both my laptops, one of them MacBook and another one my working one, and I was going like to another side of the shopping mall, and I was like filming myself, filming from my phone. So I was leaving two laptops, my phone on tripod, filming the empty table with two laptops on it. I was coming back like 10 minutes after, and guess what? Everything was there, like everything was there. So again, I would not repeat it somewhere in Oslo still, you know, like it's a capital, it's not like this, it's to the extreme. But I'm just trying to make my point here that I feel much safer in Europe than I felt in Los Angeles, in California. When I came alone to California last year in Los Angeles, I realized that after certain hours, no matter that I was staying in a really nice area of LA, if you know West Hollywood, which is, well, if you're watching me from West Hollywood, from LA, close to Whole Foods, close to Yerevan, next to synagogue. So, yeah. Even there, after certain hours, I figured out like, okay, I'm not going to the supermarket, you know, by walk, because like I don't really feel comfortable. And I never made it to LA downtown after certain hours, because I was also told that it's not a nice place for a single female, you know, like alone to be there. So yeah, believe that. Guys, I never had these issues in Europe. Okay, I'm not talking about, you know, like specific, like small areas with some issues like Saint-Denis here in Paris. If you've been to Paris, you know what I'm talking about. but never in city center, like downtown LA. For me, it's a city center. It's like a working area with offices, and it's supposed to be, you know, like safe any time of the day. Same like city center of London, city center of Paris, city center of Rome, of Milan, you know. And even Paris, the worst thing, they're telling me never put your phone in the back pocket of your jeans because it's like most, you know, popular place for your phone to be taken. This rule does not really apply to Italy, for example. They don't really put your phones in your back pocket. So I feel much safer being alone as a female any time of the day in places like London, in places like Rome, Milan. I was walking summertime, okay, about 3 a.m. in the morning in Rome, coming back, wearing white dress, all alone, okay? So like nothing happened. I was okay. I did not have that urge to take Uber or something. So in case of safety and security, I would say that I do feel much safer here in Europe than I felt in Los Angeles and California. I don't know about other states of the US. I hope I will make it to New York finally for the first time, hopefully this year, fingers crossed. But I've heard the situation there is also quite alarming currently. Let me know in the comments what you think. So those were three main fears predominantly people from the US have. Economic instability, because really people can lose their job in the course of 1 or 2 weeks. Personal health concerns, yeah, because when, Kelsey, thank you so much for saying, yeah, having this insurance from your employer is considered to be a luxury. And also safety and security. So all those aspects, I would say they exist here in Europe. They barely exist in Scandinavia, by the way. So if your target of your further move, Norway, Denmark, okay, in Sweden the situation is changing now. Ask me why in the comments, I will tell you personally. Yes, Norway, those things don't exist, okay? Like, they don't exist. Economic instability does not exist. People know that, okay, something is happening, but the government will cover us anyway. This is the way of thinking, right? So they covered. They're fine. The budget is enough to cover every single citizen. Same with personal health concerns. No, absolutely. Safety, security. Again, in Oslo, yes, some parts I would not leave my phone on the table and walk away, you know, far away from it. But the rest, Norway, it's another planet, okay? It's another world. They're living by their own rules. They will never be poor. They will never be, I don't know, insecure. They're fine. So if you're really fed up with your rat race in a country like the US, Canada, Australia, what else, like any part of the world when you feel like you're working so hard and you barely make your ends meet at the end of the month, guys, try Norway. The salary there will be quite similar to your US salary. You will get free education. You will get free healthcare. And like everyone, I'm not scared to say it, everyone speaks English. You don't need to speak Norwegian to land a job there. You will be fine with your English. If you have any questions, you have all the details in the description to this video. Get a consultation with me. I'm running them until the end of January. So I will spend 30 minutes with you. You will share with me your ideas, your expectations, and I will give you the exact indication how you can improve your life starting like from now, right now. So, okay, that was my speech for today. Let's go to our questions in the chat. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Love your questions. Matthew, inflation, war, cryptocurrency, fashion. Matthew, what do you mean? How can you put in one phrase inflation, war, cryptocurrency, fashion? Are those your industries? Are you offering me something? Are you selling those? I prefer fashion, okay? I know more about fashion than about the rest. Miss Red, hello, Anne. What kind of office business? Okay, office in Sardinia. Okay, misread. This is a very interesting question. If you want to buy a place in Sardinia, first of all, are you talking about that €1 house scheme? Please, write me an email. If you're talking about €1 house scheme, please watch my video on this channel, like actual price of buying that house. You will be surprised that it's not €1 house. It's going to be about 20,000 euros for that house to get it. And after your renovation cost might be like 100K or something. So sometimes it's cheaper to buy existing house than that €1. But let me know. Also, I need to have a look at your case. So if you want, you can drop me an email. I'll get back to you. But from what I see, if you want to buy any property in Sardinia, all the offices will be in Milan or in Rome, or like in other parts. So they will be handling properties that time. And it will be much easier for you to get those properties through the agencies, lots of them based in Milan. They selling properties in Como, they selling properties in Sardinia, but I would also advise you to find a person who speaks Italian and who will be doing all these things on your behalf. Because after your favorite guy, John Clooney, who came to Como Lake, the price for American citizen and the price for Italian speaking person can be slightly different. So for everyone who would like to buy a property in Italy and without, being robbed because you don't speak the language or look too American, write me an email. Not many people watching, so okay, I can handle your requests. I do have some friends who are actually, handling situations like this. I was thinking to buy my property in Italy too, so I will be happy to share my knowledge and experience. But guys, anything you're doing in Italy, try to approach all those organizations Italian-speaking way, okay? University is okay, university is fine, you'll be fine. But if you think about property, if you think about buying a property in Italy, make sure that your initial email and your further communication will be in Italian. Exercise, skincare. Matthew, what you trying? I see. Okay, you're having fun. Time and how to have dual citizenship. Easy. So basically, you get your residential permit fast. You stay with your residential permit for some years. For example, you have, let's say, your working visa fast, then you're converting your working visa into indefinite leave to remain, and after 1 year, you're converting this residential permit into your actual passport. It will depend on your condition because, Matthew, can you drop me which citizenship, which passport, which country, because it's totally different for England, for Italy, for Norway, different procedures, but it's pretty much the same. It will, based on your case, if you come to the country for work, or you're coming to the country because your parents, grandparents were Italians, in this case, even if your if you have a little Italian drop in your blood, you will get Italian citizenship. I think 8 or 9 months now. I need to check with my immigration lawyer. They will tell for sure. So, but if you're coming with working visa, currently, if you're coming with digital nomad visa, after 5 years of living in the country, you can convert your residential permit into Italian citizenship. But if you're coming to the country to work, you're meeting a lovely Italian person, and you decide to get married, after marriage is going to be 2 years, and after that you will get Italian passport, but still you will need to speak Italian B1 level. Okay, so what else? How can you learn foreign language? How to learn foreign language? How to invest? Foreign language, easy, time, that's it, timetable. To learn Norwegian, for example, for English speakers, take about 600 hours. 600 hours, and you will be fluent enough for your day-to-day life. Okay. How to choose? Kelsey, any recommendations for how to choose a safe area of a city where you don't live yet? Kelsey, you will ask me. I will give you those areas. For the rest of you guys, if you're not sure which area to pick when you're moving to another city, to another country, Google search. Google search least safest areas of Paris, least safest areas of Milan, least safest areas of London. Honestly, I would advise you to even use services like ChatGPT, or now I'm using, you know what I'm using? I'm using Perplexity to check all my scripts for my videos when I'm giving you some numbers to make sure, you know, that they have all the sources where I'm getting them from. Anyway, so Perplexity, ChatGPT, just ask, dear ChatGPT, what are the areas of this and this city I don't want to live? Give me the most dangerous, places I don't want to end up. So that's what I will do. But Kelsey, for you, we'll discuss it separately. Don't you worry. You will be fine, and I'm not letting you go even after. I'll make sure. Honestly, I will send you my flowers for your wedding. I have a feeling. Okay. Milan city center is quite safe, but the same thing, right? Some areas like San Donato, this is the area where the headquarters of Italian oil and gas companies based, also BMW offices there. Very new area, super quiet, like family oriented, with little bars and restaurants. 15-20 minutes by metro, and you are next to Duomo di Milano. Super safe evening time, like super safe, super quiet. So I honestly, like some people say, oh, it doesn't look like Italy. Yes, it's modern, but Milan is industrial city. What do you want? If you want architecture, go to Florence or Rome. So in Milan, it's industrial city. So get ready. Matthew, well, okay, 2 weeks later, shoulder. No way, really? Honestly, I've had 2 weeks in the US, and but right away, guys, this is cruel. This is super cruel. So more like a tap on the shoulder and the friendly escort out of the building by security guards. Guys, it's against human rights. Like, okay, in England, when you announce that you found another job and you're going to work for the competitors, they can put you on garden leave, like where you're putting your flowers, which means that you will stay for 3 months with the same company you're working for, but because you're going to work for the competitors, you will be working remotely, keeping your salary, working from home while you're doing all these handovers, right? So while you're preparing all the stuff for another person who is inheriting your position. So while you're doing all this wrapping up, you're staying home, and because you're working for the competitor, not to take all this information. And of course, if you work in sales, those contacts already on your WhatsApp. I don't know what the companies are worried about. Anyway, so yes, it's called garden leave, and it's like 3 months. So you're not in the office, but you're getting your salary for the next 3 months or so. Or 6 months if your notice period is 6 months. All right. Okay, take any part of I lived in London. So, in London for a year, I felt like I was in a third world community. Depends where in London you lived. I would say I usually stay in Battersea, if you know, like St. George, Battersea, the opposite side from Chelsea. I personally find that area very close to California. So that reminds me all this, matcha and, hipsters and IT people. So yeah, I know. Well, again, it depends where you end up when you move to another place and what area you're going to live. Because lots of people, they're choosing their accommodation based on price. I personally think that you better invest like $100 more in your accommodation, but make sure that it's safe. And that's why I started this video with always have people who live there, who living there now. So basically you will get all that insiders information. This is what we're discussing during our relocation program with all my community, with all our students. We're basically taking you by hand through all your relocation process, starting from your mindset, the way you approach things, to writing your resume, networking with your potential employers, getting your job in that country, making your additional money, because we will have our second module starting from February, all about making money online from the comfort of your home, where I'm clearly stating that, guys, don't quit your official employment yet. Build your additional money, and when you feel that you're ready, just you can switch to your side hustle and take it as your main living financial situation. So everything, how to get a job. It doesn't need to be in another country. It can be in your own country, but your mindset, the way you write your resume, the way you start approaching people, the way you network, those skills, they're applicable for every country in the world. And after that, making that side hustle, side income. And if you want after, you can move to any country you want. Like moving from the US to Europe, to Italy, having just your side hustle, having 3K euro equivalent per month, you will have an amazing life there, even in Milan, the capital, the most fashion capital, business capital, the most expensive city in Italy. In Rome, 3K per month, you will be so well off. Like even if it's a smaller place, like smaller villages, like that. Okay, what else? Okay, guys, I'm taking 2 more messages. We're wrapping up because I promised 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Diana, I'm Italian and I'm really envious of Americans. You earn a lot of money and therefore you can manage to go abroad and visit, live in the best areas of those countries. Italy is poor as hell. Diana, do you know how much NI employers make? Question to you. Do you know how much money people in tech making in Milan? So, well, if you find Italy poor, right? I would say, like, honestly, welcome to our program. This is how you see things. This is your opinion. It has nothing to do with reality. Italy is not a poor country. You can create your side hustle easily. You can keep your 9 to 5. You can create your side hustle. Like Americans, believe me, they don't go on holidays for like 6 weeks a year. Okay, they go for like maximum 2. Kelsey, can you correct me if I'm wrong? Can you go on holidays for 2 weeks in America without sending your death certificates to your employer? Making an excuse. I'm just like, I died yesterday. That's why I'm gone for 2 weeks. Yes, and Diana, honestly, I'm coming to Rome. I'm coming to Milan. And yes, it's a trend now. All my friends, Milan, London, Paris building up. On top of your official employment, you converting your current hobby into side hustle. And Diana, if you're Italian, cooking is in your blood. Why don't you write a cooking book? Why don't you put all your grandmom's recipes in one book? Why don't, guys, it's so easy to complain, oh my God, the country is so poor. Like, do something about it. You are Italian, at least you can cook. You speak the language. Why don't you take a few students like Kelsey, who is moving from the US, and I'm sure she would like to have a private teacher to brush up her Italian. Like, guys, no, it's not, the country is poor. you're closing your own mind and you're not looking for additional opportunities how to make that extra cash. That's it. Like, guys, Diana, honestly, drop me an email. I will explain you exactly how to make that additional income and how to live happy life in Italy. Come on, you can, well, definitely you can. Guys, you have 2 hours lunch. You have riposo for 2 hours. I cannot go to any shop because they are closed. Okay, Mary, hi Anna. I watch your videos to learn English. Thank you so much, Mary, but please don't learn English from me. You can learn many things from me, but not English. I'm taking my elocution classes now. Also, guys, if you're watching me from the US, I started taking my elocution classes. If you don't know what it is, it's accent reduction lessons. When you have a native speaker with you, like 3 times a week, calculate now. And okay, I'm targeting British accent. So that's my teacher is coming from, I can't remember from which part of England. Anyway, so with like RP pronunciation, you know, whatever. He's charging $60 per hour. Okay? $60 per hour. The only thing he's explaining to me where to put my tongue and how to connect the words together to pronounce them in a like more British way. That's it. Like, you don't need to be a teacher. You don't need to be, like, if you're English native speaker, you have so many options, starting with this one, to help people like me to reduce their accent. $60 per hour, like, guys. But Marie, thank you so much. Do not learn English from me. You can learn positivity, positive thinking, mindset. How to move abroad and survive. All these things, yes, but English do not learn from me. Okay, guys, well, all my details in the description. You can arrange a real call with me, our private consultation. For now, it's 30 minutes. I'm running them until the end of January. If you're curious about making money online, moving to another country, please check my community. Check my successful relocation program, also in the description. And I will try to see you next week on Thursday. So please come, ask your questions. I will answer as many of them as I can within 1 hour. And for now, I love you so much. Happy New Year again. I wish all your dreams come true in 2025. I love you so much, guys. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.